Hello and welcome to episode 34 of the Dynasty podcast. NBA playoff action. Well, in the thick of things, fresh off some game fours today. The second round is starting to take shape and getting closer to the conference finals, getting closer to the NBA finals. And the Dunk Dynasty podcast crew is here to break it all down. Myself, Panache and Yashanu here with Trigger Trey Mitchell, and Emac. Eddie Mac, Ethan McDonald is here to the Dunk Dynasty podcast. Fellas, how are things going?
Good. Yep. New week. Another week closer to the NBA finals. Yourself?
Mate, we're celebrating. We're getting closer, bro. It's time to celebrating the end of New York basketball. So my New York Knicks season, that's the best thing to ever happen to me. As I said, I hate New York. I hate the New York Knicks. So 2 more games and we get to wash away of New York. So I'm very happy. How about yourself, Ethan?
Yeah, no, mate, going really well, eh? Just excited to get to the finals, conference finals, and see how some of these teams look. And excited to for Magic Round this weekend out in the NRL in Brisbane. Excited for that.
Well, you're looking a lot better than you did last week, I must say that.
I've taken that wrong. I think I've taken that massively. I've taken that as a big insult.
Face made for radio, you know.
You had a big plaster on your face last time I seen you.
Yeah, a couple of stitches, mate. She's all healed up now, though. Have a look at that little beautiful scar. Just to add to my charisma and my appeal, sex appeal, some might say.
Proper. There you go. Fresh off double game. Wow. How not to what do you call it? Hold home court advantage, keep home court advantage. The Minnesota Timberwolves up 2-0, win 2 road games in Denver, where no one's won feels like for ages. Come back home to Minnesota, have 2 opportunities to get a third win, blow both opportunities. Now down. Oh no, not down. Now it's 2-2, but blowing home court twice. Denver do their thing, do what champions do. That's what champions are made of. And now we're 2-2. It's now going to be a best of 3 series, starting off with a game 5 in Denver. Trey, what was your thoughts, man? This series, a lot of people were saying that this series is a sweep. And now look at us. We're tied 2-2 going back to Denver. What's your thoughts, man?
Mate, how the turns have tabled. The pressure has flipped from the Denver Nuggets to the T-Wolves. Like, man, Denver, I bet they're feeling great that they've come away with 2 wins on the road. And like Mike Malone said, they've got home court advantage again. So 2 more games at home. Hopefully they can make the most of it. But, man, the adjustments they've made in the last 2 games have been phenomenal. Call it rigged or not, but, man, they're looking good.
And the confidence is massively high with Denver at the moment, eh? Like Aaron Gordon, 11 of 12 was it, or 12 of 13 shooting?
11-12,
Yeah,
yeah.
11.
Yeah, and sensational. They're just the confidence with the Denver to be able to come back from down 2-0 and now have it 2-2. You're going to home court advantage, and that just it's got what we said, mini and 6, but he's looking pretty tough now. Anthony Edwards is still balling though, but they need support from his stars, Gobert and Cat just not showing up, not doing their thing. Need some support from those 2 boys and help stop Jokic a little bit, I think.
Hell of a fourth quarter from Gobert, turning the ball over 3 times. I was like, my guy. That's what you need from your defensive player of the year. Yeah, he's showing his true colors. No offense.
I think just before halftime is where they really lost the game. That shot.
The greatest sequence of all time, bro. 22 seconds left. What happens? KCP 3. Anthony Edwards turnover. MPJ gets the dunk. Come back, NAW. What's it? Nikhil Alexander Walker. Who are you throwing the ball to? Looking like freaking. Oh my god, bro. Watching Andy Dalton out there, bro, throwing straight interception time, straight to Jamal Murray, half court 3. You're down 7. Instead of being down 7 going to half, you're down 15. GG's, bro. And how much you lose the game by? Trey said it just before. You lost the game by 8. You lost all those 8 points in 21 seconds. There you go.
Yeah,
also, it is 9 free throws.
Shout out Rudy Gobert.
No, yeah, but like literally just execute before the half. Like the worst case scenario there should have been 0 points.
We're down 10.
Yeah.
Down 10.
Kenny
You
Smith
just
said it
can't.
too, bro. Kenny Smith was like, Anthony Edwards went a little bit too early there. Now, it's not to absolve them of freaking throwing the other turnover afterwards, but you would just wait a little bit longer. There's 19 seconds left on the clock when they first got the ball. There's no time. There's no shot clock on there. I think that's just a little bit of, a little bit unlucky there, but still, you should have just waited a little bit. Wait until the very last shot. You're down by 7. Obviously, I understand you want to get something back, but wait until the very last second. Otherwise, sometimes you can get yourselves into situations like this. But at the same time, this is like 1 in 100,000. Like, this is not going to happen every time. They just got a little bit.
On the flip side, the moment was there for the taking, and Denver took it. So like as much as you got to condemn the Timberwolves for that, you've also got to give credit for the Nuggets for mastering that specific point in time, and really that gave them control of the game there on out. Even though they already had control, but that really it felt like it shut the door momentum wise.
Was that not the coldest shot you've like seen in a long time from Jamal Murray?
Oh, he's a
Just
bad
like-
boy.
He had 2 game winners in the first round.
And that moment with Kevin Harlan,
Kevin Harlan was like calling it out, and Jamal Murray was like, "I'm that guy," or whatever he was saying. Like, I think that was.
And shout out to Kevin Harlan too. 35 years of commentating. The Minnesota Timberwolves gave him that jersey. So shout out Kevin Harlan. That's the G, bro. Off 2K2. What a guy. What a guy.
You've also got to factor in for the last 2 games, and even the first 2 games, is that Minnesota had lots of help with Anthony Edwards. When Anthony Edwards was getting help from everybody, everyone's kind of pitching and everyone's getting buckets, Naz Reid going off, all of that. Whereas now the Nuggets are getting help from Aaron Gordon, hasn't done it at all. Coming back into it, Michael Porter Jr. didn't go off, but he's doing stuff off the ball. You got Jokic doing something, Murray's doing his thing. They've even got bench boys from Braun and Holiday and that, just getting points. So everyone's contributing to the Nuggets to get them back up on top. So T-Wolves need to ID that, identify how they're going to get some of the other players and some of the better players into the game and help stop that, because Nuggets can outshoot Timberwolves as well. So they've got to try to get the points, as you say, that missed 9 free throws from the free throw line and getting into the rim using their big boys and getting them in there.
Yeah, the playoffs is about adjustments though, and the Nuggets have just been the better team at adjusting. Like, incredible that the Timberwolves came out and won 2 games in a row to start the series, but like, you've got to still learn from your wins, and I feel like the Nuggets were way more prepared coming into game 3 and 4, and kind of as soon as they won game 3, they just haven't looked back. And I still think this series is going to go 7 games, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. I had Nuggets in 7 all along, by the way. I'm just going to put it out there, guys. I didn't lose faith when they're down 0-2.
And I had Timberwolves in 6, and it's still going to be Timberwolves in 6. Why? Because even if it goes 7, Timberwolves will still win. What happened the last time Denver played at home in a game 7? Go check the tapes, guys. Blazers versus Nuggets game 7. See what happened. They ain't winning game 7.
Yeah, but how many years ago was that? That was before they were a championship team. It's different now.
Yeah,
different now, bro.
Like Shaq said, you can't just sweep you can't sweep the champions under the carpet. You need to stomp on them.
Hey, Shaq is one of the biggest frauds too, bro, because he was hating on Jokic. Now all of a sudden he's a Jokic lover again. Come on, bro. Get the envy out your heart, bro. Envy, if you keep living in the past, bro, you take that the rest of your life, it'll live in you, sit in you, it'll kill you. But anyway, to my biggest adjustment that I saw from Denver was I was sort of looking at a way to how are you going to bring Gobert away from the paint? How are you going to draw him away from the paint to create that space for Jokic to attack? And the key for me, I said, listen, it's either got to be Aaron Gordon has to hit the 3, or 2, let Aaron Gordon start bringing the ball up a little bit more so that Gobert has to guard him out on the perimeter where he's not comfortable. And now both those 2 things have happened. Bro's hitting 3s like Steph Curry, bro. I'm pretty sure 8 of 11 over the last 3 games. What are you going to do about that? If Aaron Gordon's he was 29% from 3 in the regular season. Now he's 8 of 11 over the last 3 games. And then now he's bringing the ball up, putting Rudy Gobert in all these actions at the perimeter, him and Jokic. Gobert can't impact the game the same if he's out on the perimeter. We all know that. And you've seen the difference. Aaron Gordon goes out there, 27 points today. I think last game had 13 points, but still was 3 or 5 from 3. Brother, like, the series just becomes more difficult if Aaron Gordon is playing like this. And the fact that Denver's adjusted, now it's Minnesota's turn. How are you going to adjust? Is it going to turn into 2021 Clippers where they force Rudy Gobert off the floor? The Jazz had to bring Rudy Gobert off the floor because the Clippers were absolutely cooking him. Could be the same.
Well, what Rudy Gobert was saying is If Aaron Gordon wants to turn into Kobe Bryant, then so be it. We'll live with that.
That's gonna be an iconic quote. I can't wait for Bleacher Report to put that quote down, and it comes up. It's gonna be up there with the lights were too bright. And what's
Rudy Gobert needs to just think before he acts or says anything. Like, remember he shut down the league with the COVID joke. It's like in that same kind of realm of just stupidity.
He wants to turn into Kobe Bryant, then so be it. Man.
And Cat too, bro. Cat, please, I beg. That's a bad game for Cat. That's okay. Everyone has an off night, but yeah, Cat has to take a page out of Aaron Gordon's book. Aaron Gordon was punishing the Timberwolves for putting mismatches on him, and same thing as that first point I was making. He was pulling Gobert away from the basket, but secondly, if it was Nickeil Alexander-Walker, if it was Anthony Edwards, if it was a mismatch, he was going at it. Cat needs to do the same aggressively. I think needs to go at these guys, Christian Brown, even if it's an MPJ. If they disrespect you and put a mismatch like that on you, you're 7 foot, man. You need to go to work. And you're number one pick, former number one pick, man. You need to go out there. And if he comes game 5, which I think he will, he needs to come out aggressive. And I think he will. I think put Cat down from myself. I'm going to predict Karl Anthony Towns, 25 plus points in game 5. There you go.
On how many shots?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm going to say 18. Yeah. Give me Karl Anthony Towns 11 for 18 from the field. 25 plus points in game 5. Timberwolves win. Timberwolves come back to Minnesota, wrap it up, go to conference finals. First time since Kevin Garnett was there. There you go, man.
Wrap it up in 6. You're really confident.
Man, I'm so confident, man. I'm so confident
Can't
they can
sweep
beat
the
Denver.
champs under the rug, mate.
You got to stomp them. And like I said, they're going to get that big size 17 boot that Karl Anthony Towns has. They're going to put it up in the air. Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, get underneath the rug. Going to stomp you. You did. GG's.
Yeah. It's wild though. Normally a series doesn't start till a team wins on the road. The series
times we heard
start
this?
till a team wins at home.
This series is going to start in game 7. But if it gets to game 7, probably not. No, it's not going to start in game 7.
Lakers in 10.
Nah, Clippers at 11.
Clippers in 11.
That's unacceptable. Cut that out.
Yeah, there you go.
Clippers in 12.
But we shall get game 5 in that series on Wednesday, back in Denver, back at altitude. So that should be good. But moving on to game 1 of the day that we had, it's another series that's now tied, but this one's the opposite. This one's actually got the home teams winning game. So that's a relief. But the Indiana Pacers, big demolition job of the New York Knicks and tie up the series 2-2. The run and pass man that we were roasting the other week is no longer run and pass man. Now he's that dude a little bit. Couple of good games in a row. Pacers now up 2. Yeah, sorry, now tied 2-2. But hell of a job by Tyrese Halliburton. He's been good. Whole team's been good at home. What's your thoughts on that?
He's trying to beat the allegations. Run and pass, man. And I can't see him shooting like the way he is for the rest of the playoffs. It's been a long time since he shot this well. Whether he can keep it up for the rest of the series is a big if. And if he can't, I think they lose.
It's crazy though. You say like what he's shooting like insanely well. He shot 6 from 16 last game and shot 4 from 10 from 3 this game. That's a combined 10 from 26 from 3. It's not like he's like cooking them. I feel like he's just keeping them honest by actually taking the shots which he'd normally pass away. And I think that's just opened a lot of the game up for the rest of his teammates. Going 10 for 26 across 2 games isn't, I wouldn't say, wildly good shooting.
I don't know. That's a lick under 40%. That's not bad. Average 3-point shooting is what? 37.5?
Well,
That's a lick under 40%. Like, I'm taking that, to be fair. So that's pretty good for them as a team, and for him especially because he was struggling. We know that. So I'd take 39%.
And it also, summarizing your points made, is that it's showing that the Pacers have identified that the Knicks, that the Knicks are shutting down Halliburton because they don't believe he's got the confidence to shoot the clip anymore, or shoot the ball They don't think that he's anything more than just a run and pass man. And they've gone, well, actually, Kelly, you can actually shoot the ball. Just shoot it, throw it up there, start getting the big boys rolling as well. And then when you're shooting it, keeps them honest and then keeps the big boys in the game. You know, Siakam and Turner and all those boys getting back into the game a lot more. Keeps them honest. I mean, what do they have? They shot 14 of 31 from threes. That's solid as well. They also had 60 points in the paint tonight. 60 points is massive considering the way that they've been playing. And the Knicks they just look horrific. Jalen Brunson again not having a good game, and they've got no one else that's stepping up and filling the void when he's not scoring. You know what? Josh Hart had 2 points. Come on.
Been a good adjustment though by the New York Knicks, because I think I'm sorry, not New York Knicks, the Indiana Pacers. The Pacers, I think, figured. I was thinking that they were going to throw a double at Jalen Brunson, try double him more, keep Nembhard on him. But the switch has actually been, they've put Aaron Naismith on him. And Aaron Naismith, games 3 and game 4, has done a hell of a job on Jalen Brunson. Because Jalen Brunson, first 2 games, 43 points, 29 points. And now comes back to Indiana, 22 points and 18 points. Horrific shooting. 10 of 26 in game 3. And then what was it today? 6 of 17 in game 4? Brother, the defense of Aaron Naismith, he's played physical. He's got his body. And not to say that Nembhard, actually, probably can't say that. Nembhard was getting cooked. He was getting cooked. Aaron Naismith, bigger body. He's got the length. He's got the size. He's being physical with Jalen Brunson. But even then, TJ McConnell, games 1 and 2, was doing a good job in Jalen Brunson. So now you got TJ McConnell and Aaron Naismith both just giving him problems. And I also think that just comes from the chain reaction of not having OG and Anunoby. Because with OG and Anunoby, I think there was fear that if you have Naismith on Brunson and then you have Nembhard on OG was going to attack that mismatch. Whereas now they're like, well, we don't fear the rest of you guys to beat us, to beat Andrew Nembhard. So let's put Aaron Naismith on Jalen Brunson. Let's see what happens. And it's made a big difference. He's struggling so bad when Naismith's on him. So hell of a job by the Pacers.
Yeah, it's a depleted Knicks team though, isn't it? But that could come down to Tibbs playing too many minutes for these guys. But yeah,
that's on you, Tibbs. The Tibbs, hey, he signed the death note. In my opinion, I said this. He signed in the first round. Everyone said I was crazy, man. The pace, it was going to take its toll, bro. You play 48 minutes. Play all these guys 48 minutes. And what's happening? New York. They said that if we win the championship, it's going to turn into Gotham. Well, buddy, you may as well turn into Gotham now, because that city is not going to win a championship, burn into the ground. You're not making it past this round. It's Pacers and 6. Because I think the Pacers can go deeper down into the rotation. They pushed the pace against these guys, and now it looks like it's paying dividends. So Pacers and 6, man. Said it from the beginning. We're going to the conference finals. And by we, I mean Pascal Siakam.
if OG was playing, I think it'd be a different story. But yeah, Pacers cooked them today.
Yeah, I will agree with you too. I do think if OG was playing 100%, I think it's completely different story. The Knicks and the Pacers, great series that we're getting right now, and hopefully we get to maybe we get to a game 7, but we shall see. Anyway, fellas, we put out a thing to our Instagram the other day, which was to get some questions from the fans, the people who support us, the people who make Dunk Dynasty podcast what it is. So was to get some fan questions that we are going to answer today. So fan questions, we've got a couple of here, so we're going to answer them together. Here we go. So first question, I don't know where we want to start from. Let me just start off with Shannon Emerson. So Shannon Emerson, here we go. So this is, I don't know if this is a question or if this is a statement, but it is, Panache knows nothing about sports in general. So if you're watching this on YouTube, Panache, that's me, the black guy, that's me, knows nothing about sports in general. So I wanted to say to Shannon.
Couldn't agree more.
I wanted to say to Shannon, and I knew Ethan would say that as well. So I wanted to say to Shannon, and I wanted to say to these following people, because I had to retire from fantasy. A lot of things are taken up by my time and my personal life. I now have a lot of children. So being a father is very tough. So many kids that I have. So I want to say a special shout out to my children, Trey Mitchell, Ethan, Jed, Hamish, Ben, Liam, Corey, Shabin, Shannon, obviously my favorite child and my favorite son. Also to Harry Flintoff, Jake Murray. Also have Jack McCoy. Again, Jed Mitchell, Trey, and Ethan are my double sons. Jaden Richards, Hamish Clapclop, my double son again. Jack, Liam, you guys are all my children. So, special shout out.
Does that mean Nick Redwood, your dad?
Nick Redwood
He's
is
the
actually your guys'
grandfather.
grandfather. That's true, because he is my dad. So, he's your guys' grandfather. So, yeah, special shout out to Shannon and my other 13 children. You know, it's tough being a father of so many kids, but someone has to do it. So, shout out.
That's crazy. You created a whole segment just to gas yourself up. That is wild. That is.
So for those of you listening, these guys are my children because I fathered them in 2 different fantasies. So thank you, kids. Thank you. As I said, first Sunday of September, Father's Day. I expect a gift from everyone. Thank you.
You also rigged both leagues, making trades with the dead team.
I'm not
Yeah,
the
I've seen some
commissioner
pretty
of
illegal,
NFL
I've seen some
fantasy.
pretty illegal trades going on.
Listen, you guys are just mad because you couldn't make trades, bro. Get the hate out of your heart. It feels like I'm doing a podcast with Shaquille O'Neal times 3.
How many?
Get the hate out of your
How
heart.
many
If I had the
veto
dead account, I
trades
would've
were in
made
our
trade
league
too.
because of you? How many veto trades? You're
There
illegal.
was never any veto trades, man, because I'm a fair trader, just like I'm a fair
You're a man with
player,
you're a
and
man
just
with
like
no
I'm a
conscience.
fair
That's what you are.
father. Listen, guys, if you want attention from your dad, just ask. Message me. I'm here for you anytime you want. Daddy will come to you whenever you need someone to hold your hand and take you to McDonald's for a Happy Meal. I'm here.
What was
But
it?
that's question.
Joel Embiid for Julius Randle. That ain't a fair trade.
That's a great
Well, that's-
trade. I gave up a lot of picks for that too, man. You guys need to get the hate out of your heart. Get the hate out of your heart. But no, that's question 1 from Shannon. Yeah, so I'm a 2-time fantasy champion who knows nothing about sports, but shut up, man. Next question is from Maris V. His question is, what team should pick up Paul George in free agency?
The Guangdong China Sharks.
Bro, Trey has used that joke at least 300 times in this podcast.
Just like the playoffs hasn't started till the home team loses.
Yeah, it's fair. That's good call. That's good
That's
call.
the cool, man.
I actually flipped it the other way today.
Doesn't matter. Still said it
Look.
more.
Paul George, I would love it, to be fair, if he would sign back with the Clippers and run it back with the team. Probably not going to happen. A team that he would look good on, well, there's quite a few out there that he would look really good on, but who's got the market for a max contract that is in a market that's going to win a championship?
Philly! Let's
Philly's
go.
one of them, but do we want to see Paul George way off P with Crybaby Embiid? I don't know.
Yeah, Karai, Baby, and Baby averaged 30 in the playoffs, bro. Okay, there you go. Give me Paul George, Tyrese Maxey, and Joel Embiid, and it's NBA Finals time. So I want to see Paul George on the Philadelphia 76ers.
Ooh, yeah, I reckon the best spot for him is definitely the Philadelphia 76ers, but I reckon a dark horse team would be, because I feel like he wants to stay in California, a dark horse team would be the Sacramento Kings.
This guy literally just took word for word what I said on that podcast a couple of episodes ago and just used.
Yeah, well, you're my father. You taught me well.
Well, I think actually also he would quite like to be in New York, and there's a few teams floating around there that could do with a bit of Paul George.
To be fair, I'd
Let's
love
say he
to
wants to
play
go to
with
New
Julius
York.
Randle.
He's a high market man, and he wants to play for a high market team. He doesn't.
But
He
Paul
doesn't, wanna play
George
for the
doesn't
Kings.
look like he likes the cold.
What does that mean?
He doesn't like the cold.
Hey, bro, if you're an NBA player, you're indoors most of the time. It doesn't matter about being in a cold city, you know?
Hey man, walking out to that plane can be pretty cold sometimes.
That's true.
Yeah.
Julius Randle must catch a cold a lot of the time when he plays in the playoffs.
He's always got a jacket on because he's on the sideline.
How does he get cold in the summer?
Huh?
How does he get so cold in the summertime?
Yeah,
No,
it's
he goes to the
summertime
gym and
now.
starts shooting. Yeah, but who's your thoughts? I definitely say Paul. I say Paul George going to the 76ers. That's my number one.
I reckon Pistons would throw a stupid deal at him.
I like the Kings. Well, in like a perfect world, there's like a Knicks team, but I don't know. I reckon the Knicks shouldn't tinker with what they have for an older, aging star who hasn't really achieved much in the playoffs since 2014. So I think, yeah,
2022. Anyway,
I said much. He's had one good playoff run since 2014. It's so much more disrespectful if I say 2014, so that's what I'm going to stick with. Um, yeah, so Kings for me.
Okay, next question. Jack_McCoy. Did P not make the NBA because of his Shaq-like free throw percentage? I think I
sounds
didn't
like
make.
a bit of a pea roast out there in the comments. To be fair,
I know it's all my sons, bro. Sons always want to roast their father for some reason. How sons especially, always think that they want to take the mantle from their dads and challenge their fathers. Shannon and Jack both doing that. Come on, guys. I'll be home later tonight, but nah. I think I didn't make the NBA because, yeah, just not built for it, bro. I'm too brittle. I'm too brittle, bro. I'm too brittle. Made of glass, got washed,
Yeah.
peaked at age 17. There you go. Life comes at you fast. And I
Peaked
put
at
my
age
crown.
17, lost to me in a 1v1 at 18, and you've never been the same since.
Yep, that's probably it, bud. There you go. There you go.
no ball handles, can't shoot, all of the above, really.
There's also a
Oh,
thing called being not good enough.
yeah, man, that's probably the easiest way to put it. But shout out Lincoln University. Sedin Panache Yashanu was a Lincoln University basketball scholar. So speak now. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shut the fuck up. That's what I thought.
What was it?
Yeah,
Where is he
yeah,
now?
that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Yeah. If you ever come at me again, that's the card that I'll pull out. Lincoln basketball scholar, baby. Don't even try it. Don't even try it.
Is
If
that the only
if anyone
school?
wants to know, what P's Lincoln basketball career was like, this podcast will be longer than it.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Hey, but hey, the resume still says. There you go, guys. Mashallah. But next question comes from Stu.McHugh. I think that's the way. So Stu.McHugh says the NBA is rigged. So we're going to tie this question up with a question from McNally_Liam23, who says rigged NBA awards, please. So I think this is pretty obvious what they're talking about. Nikola Jokic winning MVP. I think a lot of uproar about that one because it feels like the goalposts have moved a couple of times here and there to allow certain people to win MVP awards. What's your thoughts on that? I'll start with you, Trey. Do you think that a guy like Nikola Jokic deserved to win MVP this season?
Well, according to Shaq's way of how the award should be given out is a stat sheet stuffer. Oh my god, tongue tie. Stat sheet stuffer and number one seed in the league. Well, they had the exact same record, and the stats Jokic had better, even like the advanced stats. You can't be mad at Jokic winning it, but you could also make a case for Shea and Luka winning it. And yeah, Luka probably had the best stats, if you ask me. But
yeah, but it feels like the goalposts move each season based on some sort of narrative. Because remember that season, Jokic won his second MVP. What was the reasoning that they kind of put behind it? They went, oh, there was no Jamal Murray. Oh, Jokic was the sixth seed. He managed to keep that team in the sixth seed with all these gaudy stats. And they said, yep, you get the MVP because of that. However, this season, Luka, fifth seed, has the better. He's got better gaudy stats. He was the leading scorer in the league, nearly averaged a triple double, higher seed than what Jokic was. And they say you don't get MVP. Same thing as Shea. Same thing as Jason Tatum. They were the number one seeds. And now it's like, bro, back in the day, you guys used to say it goes to the best player on the best team. And then another season, you just change, like, they just move the goalposts, it seems like, each season based on who it was. So that's why I'm like, I'm not going to say it's rigged, but it's definitely, the media really can just put a sort of narrative that they want to on who they want to be MVP.
it's
Yeah.
it's narratives made throughout the season that can also rig it. I believe, like what the infamous line that Kendrick Perkins said last year. Nikola Jokic was leading the whole season. Kendrick Perkins come out and says all the voters are racist or whatever.
Mm.
Boom. The week after that, Joel Embiid is top of the leaderboard. Not saying that Joel Embiid shouldn't have won MVP, but it was clear cut Jokic right up till then. Media portrayed it to something that it wasn't. But
Yeah, what's your thoughts on that, Jed?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting one. Like narrative's going to play into it more than it should. I think the one part that probably disappoints me the most, and you will probably will say it's because it benefits the player that I want to win it, but like the defense side of things is one thing that I reckon is always kind of left out. I feel like winning should be a key part of it, and I think it would take like it should take something very historic for someone not in a top three seed to win it. The e.g. like the Westbrook or like
Luka.
some was that.
Luka this year.
Yeah, well, I don't know because the Luka one, I feel like Luka was like end of season heavy. That's one other aspect. Like it's way too weighted towards the last like 2 months of the season, and yeah, that's where I think Jokic probably did deserve it because he was very consistent throughout the year. I think it should have been out of they definitely got the top three right. I'd say that much, but that when the MVP race is a boring one, that's where it feels a lot more rigged because it normally just goes to the one with the best narrative and there's not enough debate or arguments. Like Shea, I don't feel like was ever going to win it because he's kind of a boring dude. He posts some weird shit on Instagram sometimes that has a bit of fanfare behind it, but he's at the end of the day, he's a boring dude who plays for a good team with a few good players who are all healthy throughout the year. So, yeah, no, I don't mind that Jokic got it, but yeah, it's one of those ones where it wasn't really that hotly contested all year. There wasn't much debate around it, was there?
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So that's fair. Rigged NBA awards, but yeah, I'm sort of in that same boat. Yeah, just stop moving the goalposts. Just have a consistent sort of thing standard that you stick to, and you don't have situations where you get this much uproar from the fans. But here we go. Nice, fun question here. Now this is good. This comes from Lockie McIsaac, and his question is: what NBA team would win the championship if the league was decided by a boat race? Now, for those of you who don't know what a boat race is, Trey, would you like to explain?
I cannot explain.
A boat race is pretty much just a drinking competition where
Right.
whichever team
Yeah. No, I see.
can finish it the fastest.
I was thinking about this, bro, and I went, this has to be a team full of like Europeans, because Europeans are just heavy drinkers, bro. We know that. Like we saw Jokic after they won the championship, bro. He was monster. He was going off. But also you gotta have some big bodies. Like some of these guys are 7 foot, loaded up. Like these guys gotta be able to sing something. So my number one team, actually, I had them going back-to-back championship winners. I had the Denver Nuggets because they've got Nikola Jokic, they've got Jamal Murray, who's Canadian. Like we know what Canadians are like. They got Aaron Gordon, who we saw after they won the championship. He was sinking, putting them back pretty easily. DeAndre Jordan, bro, you're telling me DeAndre Jordan can't put them away? Like, I think so, bro. I think Denver Nuggets are going back to back if it's a boat race. I'm telling you.
See,
It's a good argument.
I reckon you got to go for a youthful team because everyone knows that like
No
when you're-
way. The old dogs always put it down, man.
You reckon?
do-
I feel
they
like
do.
but these are NBA players as well. Like we know this. Like I feel like you roar through your like 18 to 21,
Don't say
22.
Thunder.
Like
Don't
you love
say
it,
Thunder.
bro. I'm talking, cunt.
I swear to God, you say Thunder, man.
I'm not gonna say the Thunder. You just didn't even let me finish.
Well, you brought up youth, and whenever you bring up youth, it's about the Thunder.
I was gonna ramble along for a little bit and then just say, well, to be fair, if I was on the Pistons, I'd have a drinking problem with the way that season went. So I was gonna go with the Detroit Pistons. But my argument, it was either gonna be the Detroit Pistons or the Villanova, the college kid Knicks, to get it done. But yeah, Trey, if you wanna,
Because Brunson's fat.
you just was that?
Because Brunson's fat.
No, it's because like when I feel like when you're younger, when you're at that age, when you're like around uni, college, age. You do that's when you're in like your drinking prime. Yeah, some of these bigger bodies when they're older, but like you gotta be ready to throw it down. You gotta be in the right mindset, and
These
that's
guys,
what that's my logic. But you can take over here.
But question here from I think it's Drew V Page. Drew V Page. It is whether Shaq is considered quite sensitive in relation to him getting in a feud with Shannon Sharp. 100 million%. 100 million%. Million percent. This all started. The Shaq versus Shannon Sharp beef all started because Shaq just takes everything to heart. That's in my opinion, bro. Come on. Bro's getting offended like as soon as people started roasting him for his reaction to Jokic winning MVP award. Like, there's a time and a place. Wasn't the time or place for what he said, obviously. But, bro, if people are going to criticize you, why are you so sensitive, man?
Mm. Yeah, I feel like, has he come out and apologized for doing that, or
No, he
He
dropped
made
a
a
diss
diss
track
track.
instead.
he dropped a diss track on Shannon Sharp.
Man,
That's
everyone
he
wants
had time. He had time.
everyone wants to be involved in these diss track battles. Bro, it's Kendrick versus Drake. If your name is not Kendrick or Drake, stop trying to drop diss tracks. It's not your time. And Shaq, that diss track was weak. Hate to say it, man. But 100%, I reckon sensitive, bro. Like, like, this has turned into such a big thing just for someone saying, I think that you didn't get the most out of your career, and I think that you envious of Jokic. And it's turned into, oh, Shannon Sharp is this, he's that. I think for sure, Shaq. He's always been sensitive when the D Howard comparisons came out, criticizing him for no reason, and B criticizing for no reason. JaVale McGee bullied him. He always goes at Gobert. Like, the guy's just like, come on, man. He's
I
hater.
what? So the JaVale McGee started from him saying that he didn't like to be on the Shaq didn't fall or something, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Shaq just attacked everything he ever did.
Yeah.
It's like just weak.
It's crazy to me. So even when JaVale McGee became a 3-time champion, like, he was just shitting on him. I was like, come on, bro. Like, that guy's an NBA player still. Like, obviously he's not Shaq, he's not you, but still got 3 championships, man. So that's who Shaq is. I think he's always, well, hey, what is it? Charles Barkley said it. Mr. Sensitive. There you go.
Mm.
But I don't want to say that too much, actually, because I don't want him to. I'd rather not fight 7'1", 350-pound Shaq. That's just me.
Yeah, no,
And
the key to
frustrate
beating
with him.
Shaq in a fight is just go for his feelings.
Oh, ultimate feelings champion. There you go. But anyway, last question. We got a question from 1080 Reg. His question is Clippers future ? So I think this is this question kind of asks itself. It expands upon itself. Kawhi Leonard obviously is the only big time starter that those 4 that they've been able to lock in, and they're moving to the new arena. Paul George is not signed. Harden is not signed. I think Westbrook is signed. I think he might have a player option, but their sort of future's up in the air about who's going to be retained and come back. What's your thoughts on that? I'll start with you, Jed, on the Clippers' future going into the new Intuit Dome.
I think if they lose Paul George, it's not. I don't think it's the biggest kind of loss. I think he's huge. He's a great player, and as you mentioned in one of the other podcasts, he in all the playoff series he's probably played a lot more than Kawhi. I think the fact that they've got Kawhi signed and they're going into this new arena, I think they'll be fine. I think also their likelihood of winning a championship is probably a bit far off for them to continue running it back every year and expecting a different result. So I think as long as they keep 1 or 2 of these stars and they fill up the arena and they get the ball rolling and they build a good culture, I think as long as they maintain that going forward, that's what they should focus on. I don't think championship is on their cards next year.
Yeah, they're too old. I can't keep up with these young blokes.
Yeah, 100%. It's a young man's league, bro. And I think the Clippers are so far in deep with like what they have now. I think, we had a comment on our TikTok. I forgot the guys but I'll try to remember it down the track. We were sort of having a debate about that, sort of talking about it to say the Clippers are so far in deep that the only reason why they're going to bring a Harden back or a Paul George back is because they don't want to go into that new arena. the new brand new flasher and you put all this work into it and only have one star in Kawhi to be, the marquee guy that all the fans are coming for. Steve Ballmer wants to sell out that arena every home game. So he's going to need pillars to do that. And he's going to need pillars like Harden and maybe PG alongside Kawhi. The problem is that comes at the expense of what you actually need, which is, as you just said before, to get younger. You see all the other teams, the Thunder, they are going to be young. They're still young now. In 2-3 years' time, they're still going to be young because Shea will still be the oldest player, age 28 by that time. These other teams, Mavericks, not even the most oldest team either. Timberwolves, still young. Pelicans, if they get rid of CJ, still a young team. The Clippers are so far away from a championship. So the only thing that you do is just save face. Let's stay mid-contender and pack our arena next season.
Yeah, I think you got to realize as well that since Ballmer took over, the Clippers have been a pretty respectable franchise. I think their history is still pretty tough, and it's going to be very hard for them to change the view in the minds of every fan. But I think they're more than on the right track. You just got to be realistic as well. I reckon 10-year plan. Enjoy these first few years in the last years with Kawhi, and then just build strong, hit the ground running when you will finally move into that rebuild era, or don't rebuild and just try to get some young guys that can take over the mantle. But it is what it is.
Oh, they'll end out like the Wizards and the Bulls.
One question though. Oh, I was gonna say one question. I was gonna say was, rate this entire Clippers era this era of Kawhi and PG has been 5 years. If it does end, it will end at 5 years. If you had to rate it, I'd say A to B. I should do out of 10. What would you rate it out of 10?
4.
I'm gonna go with,
most years.
What's that?
Disappointing most years.
I'm gonna go with a 7.
Okay, that's quite high. I'm gonna go with a. Oh, you can expand upon your point. I was gonna put in. I've got him down as a 6, and then you can expand, Jed.
Yeah, they made the conference finals. This is a team that never made the conference finals before. They underperformed with the roster that they had: Paul George, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan. They underperformed with that year on, year out. They had. I think they just took it to another level. They didn't really achieve much from there. I'd probably go more of a 6.5, but I think just the franchise has come a long way, and there's a lot of optimism around. I'd say there's a lot more Clippers fans in general now. So it's not always just about championships. Sometimes you've got to dig yourself out of the gutter first. And you can disagree if you like, but I reckon that's where I have them.
They gave up their whole future for Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. They went to one conference finals, but one of them's always out in the playoffs when it matters the most, and that's when you need your players. You, like P said in the last couple of podcasts, if you're going to pay them all this money for them to not show up when it matters, then what's the point?
Yeah. And plus, I think it also comes down to expectation. Like, they made that trade there. The expectation was we're going to contend for a championship. In 5 years, you made the conference finals once. That means really, I don't think you even say that's even close to getting to a championship. Like, in 5 years, you only had one attempt really to actually get close to getting to the finals, which is the ultimate promised land, which is opposite to the Lakers. Obviously, the Lakers have had bad years, but they made the AD trade to win a championship. They won a championship. The Clippers, the closest they've got to that is one conference finals. And I'm like, that's failure, in my opinion, to be fair, because considering what you mortgaged away and what your expectation was, I think if we put it on the proper scale that it is, your expectation was a 10. The result probably, if you made it one conference finals, was probably a 2. So I can even lower it down to a 2 because the expectation was championship, if not championships.
Well, let's put it this way: the franchise they traded their whole future to is already doing better than them in 5 years.
That's true. Because now it gets even worse. Because if the Thunder beat the Mavs and go to the conference finals, then it looks even worse now, But
yeah. I just reckon you need to zoom out though. I think they had championship expectations, but also they're a franchise that's never really been in those talks for the entire time they've been in the league. So I reckon that's one thing you've got to. It's like you put championship expectations on some of these other teams that, like, I don't know, like the Hawks or something, and then suddenly I feel like there's an excitement that surrounds that, and I feel like you take being in contention, as a little bit of a success. That obviously they didn't execute any of the expectations, but I don't know. I think from where the Clippers were before this trade went down to where they are now, I think they're a completely different franchise.
Yeah, but I don't think you can take that as a success
Yeah.
because you got to think about it. This is not like we're not talking about getting like Keldon Johnson and Kawhi. This is PG and Kawhi. Like this is two marquee players. Like when they got these players, it wasn't, oh, we're getting Kawhi to try help us get back into, getting respect. It was, we're getting Kawhi because we want to win a chip. Kawhi said the best player that I want the best player possible next to me. I want Paul George. I'll put Paul George next to me. I want to go win another championship here with LA. And Steve Ballmer had the same expectation. We're going to win a championship. He said that. I'm pretty sure he said that verbatim in that introductory press conference for Paul George. We want to win a championship. So I think they put the expectation already out there. Like, so I doubt it. Like, if you ask Steve Ballmer to say, are you happy with the fact that we just made one conference finals during this tenure? Yes or no, are you happy? I think he would say no, because it's not about getting respect. I think it was they got respect and earned respect and stopped being the Lakers' little brother when they had Lob City. I think this was the era that was going to elevate them, not 17 championships, but I was going to give them a championship where people said the Clippers they are part of LA, folklore, culture.
Well, yeah,
I
all
agree with
talk
that.
too.
Yeah, but
All
I
talk.
agree, but yeah, I don't know. That's my take on it. I
But
feel like
you're not gonna make all these trade like a trade that big to sacrifice your whole future if your ambition is not to win the championship. Like you said, it's not always about winning the championship, but what's the point of trading away your whole future if you're not trying to win a championship?
We'll move into predictions for Game 4s tomorrow. First one up, Celtics versus Cleveland Cavaliers in Boston. Give me the Boston Celtics going up 3-1, heading back to Boston. How about yourself, Trey?
This is Donovan's 64-point game. Give me the Cavs.
Oh, okay.
that's crazy. I'm going. Give me Jason Tatum with 19 and the Celtics.
Yeah. Big game from Derek White incoming
what's
as well.
more likely to happen?
Yeah.
Jason Tatum with 19.
Oh. All right. And then on to Game 2, Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Dallas Mavericks in Dallas. Game 4. Who you got for that one, Jed?
I reckon it's almost a must-win, so I'm going Thunder.
I've got the Mavs. Get a good night's sleep tonight, Luca. You're gonna need it. Just rest up.
Just like Trey was in the last series between the Cavs and the Magic, I have got every single game this series wrong. So I'm going to go with the Oklahoma City Thunder.
I hate you.
No. And I'm doing that on purpose because I want it to be so wrong. So it's 3-1. So I've been wrong every time. So I'm picking the Oklahoma City Thunder to win Game 4 and tie it up.
Hey, man. One thing to be wrong 3 times, but to be wrong 7 times is, iconic.
There you go. So hopefully I can join you tomorrow and get one step closer to all 7 wrong and be wrong for the 4th time.
You know what my favorite part about Trey being wrong every game for that series?
What?
Was he chose the away team every single time.
I probably did, yeah.
There you go. But today, Trey is on trivia duties. Trey, what you got for me and Jed?
Today, testing your knowledge on NBA arenas. So I'm going to be calling out the arenas. So you're going to pick a number 1 to 29. There's 29 different arenas in the NBA. They're all in random order. You pick a number. I'll tell you the name of the arena, and you got to tell me the team. I was going to do it. You guys guess the arena names, but there's a lot of arenas I've never even heard of.
Okay.
I don't think there needs to be a bonus point.
Yeah, no, that should be good.
All right. Jed, since you're at the bottom, Sorry, P. But
Tough.
since you're at the bottom, Jed, pick a number 1 to 29.
Was it only 29? Sorry.
Come on,
Oh,
brother.
yeah.
If you
Duh.
can't figure that out.
Bro, I forgot. You're not going to put the Clippers new arena in there? Okay, I'm going to go 29.
29. Oh, fuck. This is probably the hardest one. Utah Jazz.
Well, I thought you were doing it the other way. You were going to say the arena.
You did right. Pick a different number.
It's tough.
You did right. Pick a different number.
I'm gonna go
Go
with
fuck that up. Number 2. Oh, shit. This is easy. Wells Fargo.
Oh, I hate this. I hate this
Center.
already.
Wells
I'm
Fargo
feeling the pressure.
Center.
Was that?
Wells Fargo Center.
Oh, bro, I am gonna go with this. Bro, I'm sorry, I'm choking.
Ref, come on, bro. We're gonna get time. We're gonna wrap this up.
I'm gonna
Pushing
go
you.
with Orlando. I know it's not, but
Philadelphia 76ers.
does he get to steal?
Nah.
No.
Anyway. Okay, I'll pick number 3.
American Airlines Center.
That is the Dallas Mavericks.
Bastard.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with number 1.
Madison Square Garden.
I'm gonna go with the New York Knicks.
Correct.
Number 4 for me.
Motor Center.
Motor Center. That is the Portland Trailblazers.
Correct.
I'm gonna go with number 6.
Number 6, United Center.
Bro, I hate these ones. Is the United Center? But it's not. I feel like it's in Florida. It's got to be either. Is it Miami? I'm gonna go with Orlando.
Nah, it's Chicago.
Oh,
Number 5.
Wizards. Oh my god.
Yeah, I think.
Sorry.
that
Pick
arena
a
is the
different
Wizards.
number. Pick a different number.
7.
Can I?
Unless you can guess the Wizards
No,
arena.
thank you. I'll take number 7.
Seven.
I know that one.
Little Caesars Arena.
Little Caesars Arena. Isn't that the? Oh my god. Is it Detroit? No, Orlando Magic.
Bro, you had it. It was the Pistons.
Oh,
I'm gonna go with 8.
Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse.
That is Indiana Pacers.
No,
it's the Cleveland
It is.
Cavaliers.
it's Cleveland Cavaliers.
Bro, what the hell?
Number 9.
Chase Center.
Oh, Golden State Warriors.
Bingo.
I haven't got a single one yet, by the way.
You've got one.
Oh, tough. Just go to the next one, the order 10. Is it?
10, Golden One Center.
Oh, that is the Kings.
Correct.
11.
Oh, you guys are boring. Scotiabank Arena.
Scotiabank. Oh, that's the Toronto Raptors.
It sure is.
I'm gonna go 12.
FedEx Forum.
That is the Memphis Grizzlies.
Bingo.
13.
Target Center.
Target Center. Oh, the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Correct.
Next one in order.
TD Garden.
TD Garden.
Mhm.
That's Boston.
15.
Correct. Barclays Center.
Barclays Center. Oh my god. Sorry, the Brooklyn Nets.
Correct.
17.
17, you've skipped one. All right.
Yeah.
You're gonna regret this. Spectrum Center.
Spectrum Center. Is that the Suns?
Bum, bum.
Hornets.
is the Hornets.
16.
Paycom Center.
What was that, sorry?
Paycom Center.
Oh, I don't know that one. I'm just gonna go with Atlanta Hawks.
Thunder.
No. Did they change from Chase Bank Arena or something?
No, what did they used to be? It was a power company, I think. Yeah, but it did change.
Yeah. Jed.
18.
State Farm Arena.
State Farm Arena. Is this? Hold up. I'm just getting off the Suns again.
Atlanta Hawks, man.
Nah, but I'll
Okay, give me number 19.
Bull Arena.
Oh my god, this is about to be embarrassing. Ball Arena. I feel like I've heard this. Oh, Denver Nuggets.
Too good. Yep.
Number 20.
Crypto.com.
I'm gonna go with Los Angeles Lakers and Clippers.
Bingo.
21.
Toyota Center.
Toyota Center. The Houston Rockets.
Oh, I hate
Yep.
the ones that you're getting. 21.
Boy, I feel bad for you. Gainbridge Center.
Gamebridge Center. Oh, I'm trying to think of
I've
the teams
never
we've
heard
done.
of this one. Hey?
I'm trying to think of the teams we've done. I've got a list of them.
I know this one. Yeah.
Is it?
Heard of this one.
It's not the Milwaukee Bucks.
No.
No, it's not. It is the Indiana Pacers.
There you go.
I thought the Indiana Pacers was a field house.
They used to be. They used to be when they had David West and them boys. They used to be. I'm pretty sure. Can I have the next one? Was that 22?
There was 22, so you want 23?
Yep.
Fiserv Forum.
Fiserv Forum. Oh, that is the Milwaukee Bucks.
That is the Milwaukee Bucks.
What did you say was the Indiana Pacers one?
Gainbridge Center.
It's Gamebridge Fieldhouse.
Oh, well, it's still Gainbridge, you know?
Well, I know. I see it afterwards. It's like, I'm pretty sure Indiana is a
I
field house.
swear it said center on my list.
I reckon look it up. Look it up. I reckon I should deserve the point there because I said
Hell no. Gainbridge. You should have got it from Gainbridge alone.
no. I knew it was a field house. That's why I guess with Cavs one. I got it
Okay,
wrong.
if it's close to the end, I'll give you another question.
Okay. So
Okay.
he's up. It's your turn now, Jed, I think.
What's the next one up?
24. Smoothie King Center.
Oh, that is the Pelicans.
That is the Pelicans.
25.
Amway Center.
That's the Orlando Magic, isn't it?
That is the Orlando Magic. Bro, you've been watching hella games.
Oh, yeah, man.
You want to go 26, Jed?
Yep.
Footprint Center.
Utah.
No.
Even though he's probably taking that one out.
No, I haven't. It's still in there.
27.
FTX Arena.
It's like a crypto, isn't it? That's probably Miami Heat.
When did they change from American Airlines?
They changed from American Airlines to Kaseya, then they changed to FTX, isn't it?
Yeah, it is FTX.
Yeah.
20.
28.
Yep.
AT&T Center.
Oh, this is the San Antonio Spurs.
This is the San Antonio Spurs.
Kept it consistent for years, man. I like that.
29.
Yep.
Vivint Arena.
Vivint. Oh. Have I even heard of this one? Vivint. Give me the Utah Jazz.
You knew it the whole time. Anyway, it was the last one to go.
No, there's one more.
I haven't been writing them down, so I just have to guess.
What's the last one?
Wizards.
Is it Capital One Arena?
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, Capital One Arena. My bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
P wins 12-8.
Oh, that was a lot closer than I thought, to be fair. Fellas, episode 34 of the Dunk Dynasty podcast in the books. Again, thank you to everyone who's been supporting the channel. You know, we appreciate the growth on Instagram. We're seeing it. TikTok, we're seeing it. Facebook is there too. So thanks again for showing the support, showing the love. If you like the podcast, please go share it with your colleagues, your friends, your family. Keep the name, the Dunk Dynasty podcast, growing. And, you know, lots of fun stuff coming soon. So keep an eye out on all that social media for all the updates. But that is us signing out. We'll see you again tomorrow to break down some more NBA games and some more NBA storylines. The fellas are out. Let's catch you on the next one. Outro music. Do your thing.